All right, guys, so I got it all painted with one nice coat over it all. Well, one nice thick coat. And yeah, it turned out pretty good. I want to say the aluminum's definitely drying slower. Probably because this stuff wasn't necessarily meant for aluminum. But, oh well. It's not gonna really matter. It's still gonna hold up, and these aren't in like danger zones where it's at risk of getting scratched, so it'll be just fine, I think. I mean, I did paint the boat, so that's holding up, so I'm not worried at all. But it looks like most of it's dry, just got a few wet spots, and then obviously, you know, the diff and the transfer case up here and the little A bracket right there, but most of it's pretty much already dry. And I think a lot of that is to do with because I'm using a spray gun, so I'm adding hardener and reducer, and I think that's really helping it dry instead of just brushing it on there right out of the can. So I think that's why it, like, you know, like, it's gonna dry a lot faster. And I definitely still have enough to do, well, to coat my upper control arms, my leafs, and basically anything else. Because I can for sure mix up, well, basically a full cup, but don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure if there's that much left, but just about that much. And yeah, so now to wait for this to dry and then paint the white, but it's already after midnight, so I think I'm just gonna go to bed and really try to get up early, because if I can paint the white and then have it sit in here while I'm at work all day, and well, it'll be at 65. It's just I got the door open and stuff right now, but be at work all day and then come home, that's like a good 9 hours right there, and then start prepping for the blue stuff, which would be sweet. And then I can even what I'll do is, if I actually get up and actually I'm able to get it painted, I'm gonna take the drums off. Yeah, see, I can touch this stuff already. I'm gonna take the drums off, and then just bolt the wheels right on, and then move that all out the way. And then I'll have to find somewhere to like put all this stuff or something, because I definitely still probably want it hanging. I don't know, it's gonna be a little tricky. Maybe I can set it on a towel. I mean, if I'm able to touch it, I should be able to set it on a towel, no problem. It just, you know, most of it's still pretty big. And, you know, I think I'm gonna have to rob the transmission roller, so I can have one for the front diff and one for the transfer case. And then the rest of it I can carry. That's not bad at all. But it's just a matter of finding something to set it on. But at least it'll be Friday, so I can just lay down a blanket in the back of my truck and then kind of set it all in there and then roll the tonneau cover over it. I think that'll be the plan. And then I can start, you know, prepping everything for the blue stuff. And then I might even start on the bumpers and the hood and just trying to get everything done. I have a plan for the hood. I'm hoping it'll work, but put a ratchet strap from up there. Obviously, I want to try and do it by the brace, because that's the strongest. And then hang it by the hood latch. Obviously this hood, but hanging it from right here. You know, I'm hoping that it'll hang out just far enough away from this and everything where I'm able to do that. And then that way I can paint the whole hood at once instead of having to wait, you know, 2 nights and stuff like that. And that's just would be a lot of time saved if I could hang the whole thing. And then same with the rear bumper, if I could also hang it from like up there, or even the hoist, but I have all those little parts that I gotta hang. But I mean, then again, I will have this here, so I could hang my little parts off of there, but I still think I'm gonna need a little bit more room than that. And then for the hood's so big. I mean, the hoist isn't all the way up, but you know, you're pretty close to the ground then. So I think hanging it off of there would be nice, because then it's out the way and then just frees up the hoist for a lot more. Or even if I got like 2 ladders and got it up high enough, it would be nice to be able to use this area, but you know, there's nothing over here. Otherwise, I'm just using one of those little, it's not a sawhorse, but just a little stand right there, and setting my hood on it and then painting it in 2 different sessions. But I think that would be the plan. And then the bumper, I can use the license plate bolts. Just put a bolt in from behind, going up, a nice long bolt. Like, I don't know if you guys caught it when I did my frame, but I can show you guys over here quick. It would look a lot like this. You just stick a long bolt through it. You know, you're never gonna see right there, that's where your bracket goes already. And then you're gonna have a bolt with a washer that bolts to the bottom. So, you know, that's no big deal at all. And then that's basically the same thing as the bolt that was in it. So, you know, that's a really safe way. I did my frame just like that too. So I can do that to the rear bumper, but the bumpers are honestly gonna take a lot of prep work, because, you know, I really wanna fix all the roughness that's there. Because of how nice the truck's gonna be, I don't want the bumpers to look all dingy. Yeah, you guys can really see it right there. So go to town with the whiz wheel on the edges, just to try and smoothen them out, and just use some high grit to get at that. Which is what I should have done the first time, but I wasn't thinking, and I just used the grinder. So, oh well. But that's about it. So, I mean, honestly, for the parts, like, it would be nice to paint these two and just like paint as much as I can that's gonna be blue. But then again, that's a lot of stuff to prep for tomorrow night, and then having to move all that. So honestly, I might just start like prepping, like maybe try and throw up a tarp quick or something like that maybe. You know, just to keep the dust away from this area. Or, you know, maybe I can still move them, but yeah, it just kind of sucks painting and having to prep in the same shop. You can't do both at the same time, because, you know, you don't want stuff to get in your paint job. But that's the plan. Honestly, I might just paint all that stuff Saturday. It just depends, or just stay up really late Friday night, or stay up all night and then sleep in the morning or something like that. And then by the time I wake up, it's, you know, pretty much good to go. Obviously I wouldn't move it until, like, you know, the next day if it comes down to that. But I still got quite a bit of prepping. I have, let's see, I just got the cold air intake tube right there, which isn't that bad. Obviously I got all the body panels, whatever ones I choose to paint. The transfer case cover, the skid plate in there, the front diff mounts in there, the brake calipers in there. I added some more things. 2 brackets off the rear differential, and the little plates that the U-bolts hold it on. Put those in there. I think that was it. Oh, my hood latch. Put all that stuff in there. And then I just got my front drive shaft. So honestly, not much. I'll use the whiz wheel and just rip right through it. And then I'm going to just wire wheel the brake caliper probably. So that shouldn't be bad at all. And actually, talking about this, I'm gonna grab that and bring it to work tomorrow, and, you know, maybe sneak a few parts through, but we are really busy tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. But I got my rear drive shaft all prepped, and the shift motor for the transfer case, and then, you know, all this other stuff. So there you guys have it. Oh, I gotta do this top brace for the core support too. But that's about it. So hopefully I can start prepping stuff like that. And then I got brand new mirrors in the cab. Because if you guys remember, if you guys are a long time follower, the adjusters in these mirrors didn't work, and so they sent me a new set. So, you know, I could try and tackle all that, or, you know, if not, it's no big deal, because I'm gonna have to set this stuff aside anyways for at least a little while I build the truck. If anything, hopefully it would only be 2 weeks, but then again, I gotta be really careful that I don't mess anything up. But I do have the overhang completely open right out there around the corner, so I could just set all this stuff out there for now and cover it up, and I'll be just fine that way too. So that's probably what I'd do. And I think that would work out pretty good, because I do have all the rubber packaging bumpers, you know, for the corners, these things, you know, it's all good to go. So if I do paint it, I'll be just fine. Probably won't even scratch it at all, unless something rubs up against it, of course, but I'm not too worried. And then the bumpers, I can just set out there and cover them. So I think that's the plan. And then the tailgate too, I can wrap it up and like set it back in the box. So it'd be really nice to get all that stuff done. And then I just basically have to worry about the cab. And then tomorrow, I know it's my dad's friend. He works at the Chev dealer at GM. And I'm gonna call him tomorrow and try and get my front fenders ordered and a box ordered, and then have all that stuff coming. But honestly, I could get most of the body panels painted, and then maybe even the grill, but I haven't decided on the grill yet what I want to do with it. And then I still got to order headlights, and then the tail lights I want to paint match, but you got to, you know, cut those open, and I don't really want to go through all that right now. Then maybe even the third brake light, but then again, you know, I'll worry about all my lights and stuff later. Like that's not a main concern. I just want to get the whole body done right now. So I think that's about it. But you know, like for my lights, I know I keep on saying that. That's about it. But for my lights, I could honestly just use this. So, you know, if I do lose the shop and stuff, because we are actually moving, I can just use this little thing right here, and then just spray them outside or whatever, anywhere I want. And that would be super nice. So, you know, I'm not too worried about that stuff for right now. It's just all the other stuff. So I'm gonna stop rambling on, and I will catch you guys when I'm painting the white. All right, guys, so it is currently 3:36, and I decided to just get the paint job done. So here is a quick little peek at it.